If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering if you're dating a narcissist. Your concern is valid, and that's because dating a narcissist can be very tricky. One minute they're so sweet, and the next minute they're something else. They are almost unrecognizable. And you begin to wonder, who is this person? What is happening to this person? Well, it's who they are. It's all in their behavioral traits. My name is Chris and you're welcome to my channel. Today I will be sharing with you some tips to know if you're dating a narcissist. And by the time you finish watching this video, you will be able to tell whether or not for sure your partner is a narcissist. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, this is a good time to do so. If you're ready, I am ready. So let's dive into it. The first sign to know that you're dating a narcissist is that they are not as charming as they used to be. Everything is a conquest to a narcissist. When they meet you newly, they go all out to impress you. They literally love bomb you. They do all the nice things, the sweetest things to win you over. They sweet talk you. They go the extra mile just to ensure that you find them attractive. It's like they do almost too much. They go overboard. With them, there are no limits. But here's the thing. The minute you fall for them, they flip the switch. They become a totally different person. And you can't even recognize them. So all the sweetness initially, it was just to get a special place in your heart. And now that they have won, remember, everything to them is like a conquest. And now that they have won, in quotes, they get into their true selves. They become who they really are and begin to exhibit all these behaviors that are not really nice. So, if your partner used to be this sweet person, this loving person, when you met them initially, they literally swept you off your feet. And now, it's almost as though they are the opposite of what they used to be. It means that something is wrong. I mean, human beings change, I know, but the change isn't always so drastic. So, if he or she was the sweetest person in the world and now they're not so sweet, they're making things difficult for you and you can't even understand them anymore, it is probably because they have narcissistic tendencies, all right? And you have to be very careful with such people. A narcissist would go the extra mile just to win your heart. And when they have it, they do everything to frustrate you. It's almost as though they're trying to pay you back for putting them through so much pressure just to impress you, just to win you in the first place. And somewhere in their heads, they're thinking that now that they have you, there's nothing you can do about it. You can't leave, you can't go anywhere. It feels as though you're in bondage. But the ball is in your court to prove them wrong, because at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want to do. If you're done, you're done. If you want to leave, you should leave already. No wasting time. The second sign to know that you're dating a narcissist is that they always want to be the center of attention. Okay, there's nothing wrong with wanting a little attention. We're human beings, we crave for attention, okay? But with a narcissist, it is overboard. They always want to be the one talking and the center of the discussion. When you meet a narcissist, the first thing they do is to tell you how awesome they are, how great they are, to tell you why you should be glad that you're speaking to them. And while that's okay, I mean, if you don't tooth your horn, who will tooth it for you? Nobody. But there comes a time when you want to take a step back and let other people shine. You want to let other people do the talking and listen to them. But a narcissist doesn't do that. They want to keep talking and talking and talking. They want you to know about everything happening in their lives. That's okay. Perhaps they just like you enough that they want to share things with you. But you also have your own life, and you want to share those details with them too. Getting them to listen, however, is a problem, because the minute you start talking about yourself, they will either zone out or interrupt you. They have no interest whatsoever to know what's happening with you. They want you to listen to them instead. So here's the thing, yeah? There's a little exercise. Tell your partner something about yourself and watch them closely if they're listening to you. You can tell that they're not listening if they do not ask you follow-up questions. I mean, if someone is paying attention to you, naturally they will have questions to ask you. Even after the conversation, much later, they would have questions to ask you. They would reference that conversation. They would ask for updates about that situation that you told them about. A narcissist doesn't do that. They just want to keep talking to you about themselves, and they expect you to follow up. They want you to keep track of their life. But they don't want to do the same for you. It's almost as though they want to be in the limelight. They want to be nowhere else but in the limelight. If someone else gets in the limelight, oh, it's a problem. They can't stand it. It's always about them, and them. No one else. So, if you've noticed that your partner is always looking for attention, is always excited when they're the center of attention, and unhappy when someone else is getting all that attention, there's a huge chance that they are a narcissist. And that's a problem because they have an issue with other people shining. I mean, life is turn by turn. One person can't be shining all the time. When you shine now, someone else has to shine too. That way it's balanced. That way the world goes round and everybody is happy. A narcissist goes ballistic when they're not the center of attention. And that's a problem because you, the partner, is the one that will take all the arrows. You will take all the blows. It's almost as though they're channeling their frustrations on you for not having all that attention. We're still talking about signs to know that you're dating a narcissist. And the third sign is that they lack empathy. The only emotion that a narcissist understands is theirs. If something is not happening to them, they don't have a clue about it. And it's okay to not understand, actually, because if it's not happening to you, then you probably wouldn't understand it. But as humans, it's only fair that we make the effort to understand. It's only fair that we try to understand, that we put ourselves in other people's shoes just to have a glimpse of what they are going through. But narcissistic people are so into themselves that they don't want to spare a minute to even consider understanding what someone else is going through. It's always about them. They don't even care whether you're okay or you're not. It's almost as though the switch to their emotions is turned off all the time. They show no empathy whatsoever. So you're going through a hard time, you're down, you're feeling so terrible, and all they want to talk about is themselves. That is not cool at all. Everyone deserves to be with someone who will at least try to understand what they're going through, especially when they're going through a difficult situation. And it's funny because if the tables were turned, you would always be there for them. You would try to understand. You would show empathy. You would want to make them feel better. But when it's happening to you, they don't do that. They don't even try. And they try to make it look like you are the one with a problem for expecting them to be there for you. They try to make it look like you're disturbing them, you're bugging them, like you should just let them be. But that's not okay, especially if both of you are dating, both of you are in a relationship. You're supposed to be each other's backbones. They're supposed to lend you a shoulder to cry on. You know what I mean? So if they're not going to show any emotions, if they're not going to be there for you to help you feel better, then what is the point? So if your partner is fond of not showing empathy, no concern whatsoever to be there for you when you feel bad, when you're going through a hard time, that's a clue that they are most likely a narcissist. And it's up to you to do something about it. The fourth sign that you're dating a narcissist is that they will abuse you. They are abusive, and their abuse comes in different ways. It could be physically, it could be emotionally, or it could even be both. And it starts with the little things. Sometimes these forms of abuse are undetectable. They do it in ways that you may not even catch on to if you don't pay close attention. And that's just the beginning. So when they start with the little things and you let it slide, they take it a notch higher. They move on to the bigger things, always trying to put you down. You know, narcissists are so dramatic. They are so into themselves and they feel like every other person is the problem. And when you don't pander to their emotions or you don't dance to their tune, their first form of attack is manipulation. They begin to abuse you emotionally just because you refuse to do their bidding. And if you're not careful, it could lead on to worse things. It begins to take a toll on you. You're always sad, unhappy, just because of their actions. So if you feel like your relationship is becoming toxic because of the things that they say to you or do to you, you need to do something about it. You need to take action, because if you let it go on, the pattern will continue. Okay, so if your partner derives so much pleasure in always abusing you emotionally or even physically, you need to draw a line. Because if you don't, they will continue with it. All right? People who abuse other people in relationships thrive when their partners are quiet. All right? They're not going to stop just because you want them to stop. You have to do something about it. You shouldn't allow anybody to abuse you in any form, be it physically or emotionally. You have to take charge of your life. People will only treat you how you allow them to treat you. Okay, so if your partner is fond of abusing you in any way whatsoever, besides the fact that they might be narcissists, you need to learn to take back power. All right? Enough is enough. It's enough when you say so, not when they say so. A narcissist will use your vulnerabilities and weaknesses against you in their abuse. So when they abuse you emotionally, they use those things that they know that are your weaknesses. And that's so low. Lovers or partners are not supposed to hurt each other in that way. So if they are fond of all of those trashy behaviors, I mean, why would they want to make you feel bad in the first place? Why do they derive so much pleasure from putting you down? And the thing with narcissists is that they feel like because they've won you over already, they can continue with their shitty attitude. They feel that you're not going to go anywhere, that you will always be there. But no, you need to surprise them, okay? You need to let them know who is in charge of your life, and that's you. It's over when you say it's over. If you're done, you're done. If you're not going to change, you shouldn't continue to take all that from them, all right? So if your partner is always abusing you emotionally or physically or even both ways, and they exhibit other traits that I've talked about and will also talk about going forward, they are most likely a narcissist. The fifth sign that you're dating a narcissist is that they will always gaslight you. Oh my God, this is crazy. If there's anyone who is always right, guess who it is? A narcissist. Yes, they are always right about things and never wrong. They never make any mistakes. And it's all in their head because at the end of the day, nobody is always right. Okay? And when you try to call them out or when you try to correct them, guess what they do? They will attack you. Oh yes, they will, because they feel like you're trying to contest with them. They feel like you're trying to make them feel less for not being right. And it shouldn't be so. No, it shouldn't. Narcissists are fond of gaslighting, yes. So when they told you something earlier and then later on they're doing something entirely different and you call them out for it, they will gaslight you. They will deny it completely. And you'll begin to feel like you're going crazy because it's almost as though you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. But they know what they're doing. They know exactly what is happening. It's just an act to make you feel stupid. And they do that so well. Narcissists are so good at gaslighting. They are so good at it that if you're not careful, you will begin to lose your mind because it will feel like you're mad, you're stupid, you're mentally unstable. So if you notice that your partner is always gaslighting you, always claiming to be right about stuff, even when it's so obvious that they are not, that's a problem. I mean, how can someone feel like they are always right? Nobody is. We're all learning. Everybody is a work in progress, okay? And when you acknowledge that you don't know everything, you open yourself up to learning. A narcissist, nah. They don't want to learn anything because they know everything, okay? Gaslighting is a very serious issue in relationships because when it continues, you will begin to question your mental health. All right, and that is not healthy at all. The sixth sign that you're dating a narcissist is that they are two-faced. Oh yes, they are. So in public, everybody feels like you're very lucky because you landed a catch. You're dating this awesome person, this extraordinary person, and that's because of how they behave outside before everyone. They are perfect, they are great. But behind closed doors, when it's just both of you, they become something else. They become the exact opposite of what they are in public. And they treat you so badly. They talk down on you, they become condescending. The earlier you resolve that issue, the better for you, because you might end up having a reputation as someone who is either ungrateful or mentally unstable, because you'll be saying things that people can't relate to, things that they don't know, things that they're not seeing. But you know this person so well. You know this person so well. You can bet on it. So yeah, If your partner is two-faced and is always putting up different acts, one when you guys are in public and a different one when you guys are all alone by yourselves, that's a big sign of a narcissist. The seventh sign that you're dating a narcissist is that they will isolate you from others. A narcissist knows that what they're doing isn't cool. And they know that the best way that they can get away with how they are treating you is to isolate you from people. They don't want other people to come save you. So if you're alone with them, they have a chance to do whatever they want to do and get away with it. So they begin to complain about you not paying adequate attention to them. They begin to complain about you paying so much attention to your family and your friends. They want you to stop paying attention to those people and just channel your attention to them. And by doing that, you will gradually cut those people out of your life. You have to be wary of a partner who is trying to isolate you from people. Why are they doing that? What is their motive? It's all because they don't want anybody to rescue you. They don't want anybody to come help you when they are dealing you all their trashy behaviors. So if your partner is constantly complaining about your friends and your family and you're not paying adequate attention to them when you know deep down your heart that it's not true, that's a clue that you might be with a narcissist. Okay, all the attention they are craving for isn't because they are genuine about their intention. Okay, they have an ulterior motive, and that is to just break you to a point where you will completely lose yourself. And that, my friend, isn't healthy. You need to be with someone who can do way better. If your partner exhibits most of the signs, then they are most likely a narcissist. A narcissist never takes responsibility for their actions. It is always someone else's fault. And you and I know that that is not true. Okay, there comes a time when we drop the ball, and it's only fair that we take responsibility for what we have done. Take a look around my channel and watch more of my videos. I can assure you that you will find some that you will really enjoy. I have all the good stuff on this channel. My name is Chris, and it was nice talking to you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, what are you waiting for? Like I always say, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification so that you will be one of the first people to watch my latest videos. It was nice talking to you on this one. See you on the next one.